the relationship between Prithu Maharaj and Mother Earth is like father and daughter. Mother Earth in the Bhagavata Purana, in more than twice, thrice, when she has to take a form, she takes the form of a cow. Kekaliyamma? Yeah. So she takes the form of a cow. Prithu Maharaj, when he took the throne, everybody said there is nothing available in the world. Everything is dried up, no food, no water, nothing is available, no minerals. Prithu Maharaj took his bow and arrow and aimed at Mother Earth. She comes before and tells him, Niyacha, control, manyum, your anger, Niyacha bibhoho, manyum, your anger, nibodha, listen to me, Shravitam chame sarvata, you must listen to me. And she said, if I had kept open only, but all the exploiters, looters who doesn't work, they started taking away all the resources from earth and living an indulgent life. Therefore, I have concealed them in me. Now, you first even the land. Please listen, every detail is important because there is a significance. There is a significance. You first even the land, then you tap all the resources, bringing the right instruments, bringing the right one who exploits, bringing the right vessel, you tap. Everything is there. I concealed for the sake of exploiters. You tap, bringing the right instruments, right people, right vessel. And then he brought one by one as the calf, because it has to be milked from the cow. One by one as the calf. But for each one, the calf differs, the vessel differs, the instruments differ. And rishis, duduhu, they milked how? Devim indriyeshu, through their instruments were senses. Because Rushi means seer. Seer means perceiver. Perceiver through the organs of perception. Perceiver through the organs of perception. Who is to go take the milk? Who is the person? Atavastam Bruhaspatim. Bruhaspatim. Rishi's guru is Bruhaspati is the calf. Senses are the instrument. Bruhaspati is the calf. Payaha, what is the milk that he takes? Chendo Mayaha. Chendo Mayaha, Vedas. Chendo Mayaha, Vedas. Then next comes Indra. Krutva Vasam Suragana Indram. All the Devatas made Indra the calf. Devatas made Indra the calf. And what did they milk? Somam, Soma juice. What is the vessel? Hiranmayena Patre. golden bowl. Golden bowl was the vessel. Because, they are all in luxury, everything, these devas. So, like this, several people were given example. This is the most important thing. How does the yield differ from person to person? Doha, Vasadi, the man who milks, Vasadi, the calf, Bedena, Chira Bedam. According to the person, who milks according to the calf. The milk differs, the produce differs. What is the moral here? Two things. Why God concealed all minerals under the earth? If he had not done it, all the gundas, looters, everybody would have robbed it, and the genuine people wouldn't have got it. Now that God kept everything inside, anybody who needs them has to work. They cannot just like that get it. They have to work. Such people will not be looters. People who work and get will not be looters. That is one story, one moral. Second moral, all that you want is in the world as he is in you. All that you want is in the world and is in you. You should, through the right means, tap it. That is the moral of this Prithu Maharaj story. And then we go to our Prahlada today as we anticipated. Before the first chapter in Prahlada, this is a dialogue between Narada Muni and Dharmaraja. The Prahlada story is a dialogue between Narada Muni and Prahlada. How did it start? Dharmaraja asks Narada Muni, how is it some people, even though killed by Lord, did not get moksha? Some people got it, like Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, all of them got. But Prithu Maharaj's son, father, Vena, he didn't get it. Prithu Maharaj's father, Vena, he didn't get it. Likewise, several people didn't get it. What is the difference? Who gets moksha when Bhagavan kills? This is the question. Before I go into that, because I'm diverting, if I forget the clue, please give me the clue. I want to tell you one more important point. This Prithu Maharaj's father was Vena. And his father was Anga. Anga was doing some yajna. Devatas were not receiving the this thing. Please take away Varaha Murthy from here, because shall I look at him and pray him or talk?
Namaste, uncle.
Namaste. Please take away the Varaha Murthy.
Ayo, cherry, uncle.
Yeah. Hari Om. Hari Om. Oh, Aparna. You know why? Because Bhagavan is there. I have to focus to him. I can't ignore Bhagavan. And I cannot talk also. I cannot talk also. That is the reason. So, oh, Kausalya. Oh, Narayana. Oh, how did you make it? Anyway, doesn't matter. Let me continue. So, this Anga was doing yagas, and no devatas came to receive the this thing, Ahuti. He asked why. They said, because you don't have a son. So he did a yaga for son and he got the son. That son, spelling mistake, S-I-N, Vena. You cannot have somebody lower than him in his character. The fellow was so bad, robbers were afraid of him. The king, he robs from even robbers. That bad was this Vena. So the rishis said, whenever the rishis wanted to finish somebody off, all that they have to do is only to say, hum, they are burnt. So this man also died when they said, hum. But without a king, kingdom cannot go. So they churned his thigh. First came a Nishada, tribal fellow. Then they churned Sakshat Vishnu Bhagavan came as Prudu Maharaj. Sakshat Vishnu. What is the moral? 3 places in Bhagavatam, they didn't have children. They prayed for Bhagavan, pressurized and got children. All the 3 got into troubles. Ultimately, Bhagavan helped them. Ultimately. Anga didn't have a child. He did yaga to get a son. Similarly, Chitraketu didn't have a child. Yesterday we saw. He got a son and he died and he was put into problem. The whole story, before the whole story, there is Bhagavata Mahatmya. There is Bhagavata Mahatmya. And in that Mahatmya, Atmadeva didn't have a child. He prayed for a child. That fellow again was everything that you can think of, such low character fellow. So what is the moral here? Bhagavan knows who wants a child, who doesn't want a child. Right? You should not go by peer pressure. Some people are saying this. People say, I don't have a child. I should have a child. Prescriptions are different. Bhagavan knows. Do not try to force him. Do not try to force him. That is the moral. Now, Prahlada's story. Before going to Prahlada, I told you that the dialogue is between Narada and Dharmaraja. And Dharmaraja asked this question, why some people get moksha when Bhagavan kills, some people don't get it. He asked this question. And Narada says beautifully, you remember this, they're very, very beautiful. The people who got are all people who hated Bhagavan. Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Shishupala, Dantivaktra. Why? This is the boon given to them by Bhagavan. You go to the earth, continuously thinking of me, you can again come back. But thinking in comfort will not be that intensive. So you hate me, so that it becomes intense. Your mind changes because constantly you are thinking of me. Constantly you are thinking of me. Your mind takes my form and you will come back to me sooner. That is why all the 3 births, Jaya Vijaya, all the 3 births, they hated Bhagavan. That was the design of Bhagavan himself. That was the plan of Bhagavan himself. Right? What is the logic? How by hating somebody goes there? That is the thing here, very important. Yesterday also, Gurudev said in Kenopanishad, you love all as Bhagavan's forms. Don't have attachment. Love all. If you cannot have love, instead of attachment, hate all. That doesn't matter. But this attachment is bad. Right? So, what is the principle? Kitaha, Peshaskrutaha, Ruddhaha, Kudyayam, Tam Anusmaran, Sambrambha Yogena, Vindate, Tat Sarupatam, Sambrambha Bhaya Yogena, Sambrambha Bhaya Yogena. Kitaha, Peshaskrutaha, the wasp and the bee. The wasp and the bee. Atmabodh, Brahmara Kitavat. the bee puts her eggs in a small mud house where there is just enough space for that wasp to peep out up. The wasp peeps out. Each time it peeps out, mother stings. And that sting is painful. All of you know, if sometimes you have been stung by a bee, very painful. The wasp peeps through the hole. It cannot come out. The mother goes on stinging. Very painful. This wasp, out of anger, hatred for mother, goes on thinking about the mother. It develops to the size of the mother, breaks the mud house, comes out. First person the wasp kills is the bee, mother. What is the moral? Whether hatred or love, if you are thinking continuously of something, you take that form. So when you are continuously thinking Bhagavan, even in hatred, you will take that form. That is the moral. Then what is the thing? When it came, it killed the mother. What is that? Who is the mother of your bondage? Ignorance, ego. So the Gnani, when he comes out of the shell, he first kills this ego. That is one thing. And after that, he says, therefore, doesn't matter what means. Because as you think, so you become. Doesn't matter what means. All the time, think of Bhagavan. He gives a few examples. Gopyaha kamat. Out of desire, gopis. Bhayat kamsaha. Out of fear, kamsa. Dveshyat chedyadayo nrupaha. Out of hatred, Shishupala, etc. Sambandhat Vrishnayaha. Through alliance, the Vrishni clan. Sneha Dhyuyam. Narada is talking to Dharmaraj. So he is telling, out of friendship, you Pandavas. Bhaktya Vayam Vibho. Through devotion, we, all of us, continuously think of him, and therefore we become him. Therefore, what is the moral? Kenapi upayena. Manaha Krishne niveshiyet. Doesn't matter whatever is the means. Like desire gopis, fear kamsa, hatred Shishupala, etc. Doesn't matter. Kenapi upayena. By whatever means. Manaha Krishne niveshiyet. Keep your mind on Krishna. Keep your mind on Krishna. After that, there is a very interesting part. Hiranyaksha has been killed. So the whole house is mourning, weeping. Hiranyakashipu gives them Gita Upadesha. He tells them, when Suyagna, king, was killed, Yamadharmaraja came as a small boy and taught them Vedanta to the people who are mourning. That our Hiranyakashipu repeats to them. What does it mean? Gita was repeated by Hiranyakashipu. Similarly, Gita was repeated yesterday by Vrutrasura. What does it mean? Everybody knows what is good, what is bad. Under certain conditions, the good in them comes out. Under certain other conditions, they behave as Rakshasas. Hiranyakashipu himself sings the Gita. Now after that, Hiranyakashipu wanted to take revenge on Vishnu. So he does tapas, invoking Brahma. Invoking Brahma for killing Vishnu. What does it mean? These fellows, these egoistic fellows, these devils, these Rakshasas are so stupid, they cannot think. Vishnu is the father of Brahma. How through Brahmavara you will kill Vishnu? He is the most powerful. And you invoke Brahma, right? And not only that, same tapas you do for Vishnu, you will become Vishnu. Now you are doing tapas out of vengeance. What does it mean? All of us in all our lives, we are dissipating, doing meditation, contemplation, putting forth effort for unwanted, unproductive things, self-destructive things. So this fellow does and asks Brahmaji. He thinks he is very clever. Puts conditions. Na antaha, I should not be killed inside a house. Na bahihi, outside a house. Diva, I should not be killed on the sky. Naktam, I should not be killed down. Anyasyadapi cha ayudaihi, by any weapon I should not be killed. Na bhumau, not on the earth. Na ambare, not on akasha. Mrityuhu, na naraihi, I should not be killed by a man. Na mrugaihi, I should not be killed by an animal. Apina asumadbihi visubihi. Vasumadbihi, by living or sentient or insentient, sura, asura, mahoragaihi, by rakshasas or by suras or by great serpents like Takshaka, aprati dvandatam yuddhe, nobody should be equal to me in fight. Ekapatyam cha dehi, ekapatyam cha dehinam sarvesham, I should be the one ruler for all the people, sarvesham, lokapalanam, of all these lokapalas are Kubera, Vayu, all these people are called lokapalas. I should be indisputable monarch of all of them, mahimanam, yata atmanaha, like you, tapo yoga prabhavanam, yanna rishyati, karhichit, I should not be killed by anybody. What is the thing that you have to learn? You can put all conditions, but they are all finite, whatever you are putting. Therefore, there will be some loophole. Because whatever you put are finite, there will be some loophole. Bhagavan can easily find the loophole and kill you. So, your intelligence doesn't work against Bhagavan. Only surrender will work. You have given so many conditions. He found a way for all of them. You have given so many conditions. He was not killed inside the house, outside the house, nor on the sky, nor on the earth, nor with the instruments, nor by man, nor by mruga. That's how he killed. Right? Oh, this is, I thought, Varaha Murti, Narsimha Murti, he said. Kausalya, that's why she has put it today here, I think. Narsimha Murti, because I am doing Prahlada story. Okay. Narayana. So, he got the boon, then he went on destroying everybody, Indra, Loka, etc. And before he got the boon, when he was doing tapas, Indra was killing all the Rakshasas because now Hiranyakashipu is not there. He was about to kill Prahlada's mother. Narada Bhagavan interfered and said, don't kill her. Indra said, no, she is carrying a features. He will become our enemy. Even if Hiranyakashipu is not there, I should eliminate the source. Narada Bhagavan said, you are mistaken. What she is carrying is the Mahabhagavata. Do not kill him. I will take her, keep her in my house till Hiranyakashipu comes back. And he keeps her in his house and teaches all spiritual lessons to her and Prahlada, prenatal education. He got all the things. That is how, because when he was teaching co-students, this Bhakti, Narayana Bhakti, they asked, we're all studying at the same teachers. We have not seen you going out. Where did you get this knowledge? His co-students ask. Then he gives the story. When I was kept under safe custody, my mother, with Narada, he was telling her, I got it. That is the prenatal education. Now we go through the story, which all of you know. Important points I already said. Rest of the things you know. So all these devas go to Brahma. That is the procedure there. They go to Brahma. Together they go to Vishnu. Whenever there is a problem, devas all collectively go to Brahma. Together they go to Vishnu whenever there is a problem. So they go and talk about the atrocities of Hiranyakashipu. What Bhagavan says, let us listen. Ma Vaishta Vibhuda Shreshtaha Sarvesham Bhadramastuvaha Mad Darshanam Hi Bhutanam Sarvasreyopapattaye Natam Etasya Dauratmyam Daitehe Daiteyapa Sadasya Tasya Shantim Karishyami Kalam Tavat Pratikshata Yada Deveshu Vedeshu Goshu Vipreshu Sadhusu Dharma Maita Vidveshaha Sava Ashu Vinashyati Nirvairesya Prashantaya Swaputraya Mahatmane Prahladaya Yada Druhyet Hanishye Api Varoditam. Hanishye Api Varod. He got a big boon from Brahma. Api Varaha, even with that boon, Hanishye, I will kill him. But when? You have to wait. Don't be afraid, but you have to wait. When can I kill him? Yada, when? Deveshu, Vedeshu, when he hurts the Devas and the Vedas. Goshu, cattle. Vipreshu, Brahmanas. Sadhusu, saints. Dharmamaicha Vidveshaha, and when he develops hatred towards the dharmic people, Sava Ashu Vinashit, immediately get destroyed. That is the principle for all of us. Till then, we may get several problems. Those problems are all evolutionary. If you are a Dharmatma, the challenges that you get are all for evolution, Bhagavan's help. If you are a Adharmatma, you will go down. So the question is, if you are an Adharmatma, nobody will save you. If you are a Dharmatma, Bhagavan will protect you. So therefore, Nirvairasya, who has no enmity, Prashantaya, quiet, calm, Swasutaya, his own son, Mahatmane, Prahladaya, Bhagavan himself calls Prahlada Mahatma. And he not even born. Not even born. At that time itself, he says, Mahatmane Prahladaya Yada Druhyet. When he thinks of Droha. Druhyet, Droha, harming him. Hanishye, I shall kill him. Don't worry. Then, this boy was in Gurukula. Chandamarka, Shukracharya's sons. Shukracharya knew what is going to happen, and therefore he went on a world tour. Really, like, Kausi must have met now in Egypt, right? Shukracharya went on a world tour because he knows what is going to happen. Hiranyakashipu is going to be killed by Narayana. And Chandamarka, his two sons, were teachers to all the Asura boys, including Prahlada. At that time, after some time, they brought Prahlada home, and then father kept him on his lap. Ekada Asurarat Putra Mangamaropya Pandava, that is Narada is addressing Dharmaraja. Papracha, he asked, Vasta, my child, Manyate sadhu yad bhavan. What do you think is good? Manyate sadhu yad bhavan. Prahlada answers, Tat sadhu manye asuravarya dehinam sada samudvigna dhiyam asad grahat hitva atmapatam gruham andakupam vanam gataha harimasrayeta, leaving this dark, deep well of samsara family. Go to forest and meditate. This is what I think is sadhu. This is what I learned. He asked the question, what do you think is sadhu, is good? This is what I learned. Leave the family, go to forest and meditate. And then the father gets shocked because the 5-year-old boy talking this. So he asked, who has confused him? Buddhi vedaha parakrutavata ahote svata abhavat. How did he get all this corrupted talks? Somebody did it, or did he get it? And the boy answers. For every question he raises, Prahlada himself answers. Swa paraha chet asadgraha pumsam yen mayaya krutaha vimohita dhiyo drusta tasmai bhagavate namaha. That Lord, who through his maya deludes people and makes them see. Swa paraha. Because he said, did you get it on your own or somebody gave? This itself is a maya by that Lord. To him my namaskars. Then again, Hiranyakashipu says, Prahlada, second time. Second time, that is over. Then they take him again, and then in between he tries to kill him by several means. He could not succeed. And once what happened, you all know this Holika story. This doesn't come in Bhagavata, but this is a very important point. Holika, Hiranyakashipu's sister, because all means of killing failed. So Holika kept him on his lap. She had a cloth which when she wears, fire cannot burn her. So Hiranyakashipu said, keep Prahlada on your lap. I will put fire. He will die. You will not be hurt. What happened? Bhagavan's will. The cloth fell on Prahlada. Fire engulfed Holika. Prahlada saved. This is what will happen when Bhagavan wants to save you. How many places? When Bhagavan was there with Pandavas, all the might of Kauravas could not save them. All the might of Kauravas could not save them. The entire world cannot save you if Bhagavan is against you. If Bhagavan is for you, the entire world try to harm you, they cannot harm you. Hold on to Bhagavan. Hold on to Bhagavan. Then next time he brought, and now he is asking again, Prahlada, Anuchitam Tata, Swadhitam Kinchid Uttamam, Kalena Yatavata Ayushman, Yada Sichit, Yada Asichat, Guroho Bhavan. Whatever you learn from teachers, that Uttamam, that great knowledge, whatever you learn, Ayushman, he blesses him. Please tell us. And the boy replies, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam, Iti, Punsarpita Vishnu Bhakti Chet, Navalakshanaha. Kriyate Bhagavat Yadha Tatu Manye Adita Muttamam. This, I think, is the highest knowledge I got. What is that? Devotion to Bhagavan in these 9 forms. Navavida Bhakti. Shravanam, listening. Kirtanam, singing. Vishnoho Smaranam, remembering Narayana. Padasevanam. That's a word you will understand. Archanam, worshipping through Archana. Dasyam, serving him, Sakyam, friendship, Atmanivedanam, surrendering, Iti, Pumsarpita Vishnu Bhakti Chet. Thus, if somebody quotes these 9 types of bhakti, that's the greatest I have learned. Then he gets really angry this time. This time he really gets angry and asks the Prahlada, Kruddasya yasya kampante trayo lokaha saha ishwaraha tasya me abhitavat mudha shasanam kimbalo adyagaha. Where did you get this brute strength? Kimbalo adyagaha. Kruddasya, when I am angry, yasya kampante trayo loka. 3 words Shiva, Shada. When I am angry, 3 words, Saha Ishvara, including God, shivers. Tatsase abhitavat, of that me, you, as though no fear, shasanam kimbalo. Where did you get this strength? He shouts. For that also he replies, Prahlada. He never keeps quiet. He replies. Na kevalam me bhavatascha rajan, sa eva balam balinancha aparesham. Not only to me, Dad, he is the strength behind all. Dad, this strength you said where I got, not only me, he is the strength behind all. Then he really says, Hiranyakashipu, Vyaktam Martukamoshi. It's clear you have decided to die. Vyaktam Martukamoshi. You atimatram vikatyase, talking too much. Atimatram vikatyase. Yatvaya mandha bhagyokto madanyo jagadishwaraha kvasau yedita sarvatra katmat stambena drishyate. You are talking that God is everywhere. If he is there everywhere, why I don't see him in this pillar? I don't see him in this pillar. Soham vikattamanasya shirakayat harame te gopayate hari twadya yaste sharanamipsitam. Now I don't see him in the pillar. You said he is everywhere. Since you said the falsehood, I'm going to kill you. Let your Vishnu Narayana come and save you. Let your Vishnu come, Narayana come and save you. So he first takes this sword, then he hits the pillar with his fist itself, and from that breaks and comes. Satyam vidatum nijavritya bhashitum vyaptim cha bhutesh akileshu tatmanaha adrishyatatkyadbhuta rupamutva stambhe sabhayam namrugam namanusham satyam vidatum nijavritya bhashitam vyaptim cha bhutesh akileshu tatmanaha adrishyatatkyadbhuta rupamudvahan stambhe sabhayam namrugam namanusham satyam vidatum nijavritya bhashitam vyaptim cha bhuteshu akileshu tatmana adrishyatatkyadbhuta rupamudvahan stambhe sabhayam namrugam namanusham. Satyam vidatum, to prove the words true, nijavritya bhashitam, true of his own servants, the words of the servants true. Vyaptim cha bhuteshu akileshu, the Lord who is there in all beings, adrushyatam, he revealed himself, atyadbhuta rupamudvahan, marvelous form, stambhe, in the pillar, sabhayam, in the hall, mrugam namanusham, neither animal nor human being. What is this? To prove his servants true. To prove his servants true. That is Jaya Vijaya. Right? Jaya Vijaya. The word that he has given, they also undertook. That shapa to come true. 1. 2. Sanat Kumaras cursed them. Jaya Vijaya. Their shapa to come true. 3. Prahlada said, God is everywhere. That shapa to come true. For all these to make their devotees' words come true. Satyam vidatum nijavritya bhashitam vyaptim cha bhutesha kaleshitat adrishyata adbhuta rupamudvan stambe sabhayam namrugam namanusham. He appeared. First condition, not on earth, not on sky. In between on the stamba. His feet doesn't touch the earth. His feet doesn't touch the earth. Right? And then what does he do? Dvayur apatya dadara lilaya nakaihi yada ahi garudo mahavisham. He took him, kept him on the threshold. Because not inside, not outside. And not on earth, not on sky. So on his lap. Not inside, not outside, not on earth, not on lap, on his lap. Should not use any weapons. Nakaihi, his own nails. Yatha ahi Garudaha Mahavisham. Just like Garuda kills the snake, he tore him. He tore him. Neither morning nor evening, outside, inside, sky, earth, man, animal, no weapons, all conditions fulfilled. And then our Bhagavan asked Prahlada, Bhagavan was so angry. Nobody was willing to go near him. He has to be pacified. Lakshmi itself said, no, I cannot go now at this stage. Brahma said, Lakshmi, you go. I cannot do that. So Lakshmi Mata called Prahlada, you go. Only you he will cool down. Right? So he goes fearlessly and prostrates. And Bhagavan touches his head, blesses him, and says, my child, you ask me a boon. What should I ask you a boon? You, whom all the devatas wanting to touch, to bless, to put your hand on them, even Lakshmi didn't get this opportunity. I am born to a Rakshasa. You have touched my head. What more boon I want? Don't make me a businessman by asking you a boon. Now, Vanik means businessman. Don't make me commercial. Right? Now, Vanik. And then Bhagavan says, okay. And then he remembers suddenly and asks Bhagavan, my father did so much of atrocities towards you. You should forgive him and give him Sadgati. You should forgive him and give him Sadgati. As a son, I had to pray this. For that he says, Trisaptabihi Pita. Yeah, 27 generations up and 27 generations down. Because you are connected with them, they are all emancipated. Why worry about your father? Whoever was connected to you in that lineage, 27 generations up, 27 generations down, they are all liberated. Mam pralobhaya utpatya asaktam kameshu taivarai. Don't tempt me with these varas. He asked. Yeah, that is the great Prahlada story. Jai Tulma, Prahlada and Narsimha Swami. Lalita.
बोलिए श्री नरसिम्हा स्वामी की
Jai. Prahlada Maharaj ki.
जय
Narada Bhagavan ki.
जय
Right. Okay. Now comes the 8th skanda. 8th skanda, there are 3 episodes. All of them talk about surrender. The first episode is Gajendra. This Gajendra was such a haughty fellow. He was a king, but thousands of followers, thousands of wives, thousands of children. You know, elephant, even if it dreams of a lion, it dies. Simha Swapnam, it's called. But this elephant, lions are scared. And when he comes, mountains should move. If they don't move, he will break the mountains. That was the haughty fellow. And with that haughty temper, he goes to a lake to drink water. Right? He goes to a lake to drink water. He wants to drink water. He should drink only from outside, you know. Why should he get into the lake and disturb all the fish and all that, crocodiles and beautiful lotuses? He destroys all of them. Lot of birds on like a bird sanctuary, all of them disturbed. This fellow to drink water, the whole environment was disturbed. That is what the haughty people, the so-called without culture becoming rich and powerful, that is what they do, disturb the entire society. And then what happens? There is an inbuilt law. Samsara catches you. That samsara is the crocodile. It catches you. He should have not gone into the water. That samsara catches you. Gurudev beautifully said once, ship is on sea. Nothing happens as long as the water is outside. When the water enters inside, ship sinks. So as long as you were outside the samsara lake, nothing would have happened to you. You get into that lake, the crocodile catches you. And he struggles for 1,000 years. Not only he, his thousands of people tried to pull him from a crocodile. They could not do. They all tried to pull him. They could not do. All of us, our wealth, our family, our people, none can save us from death. None can save us from death. Only Bhagavan can save. So this fellow, they all tried. They could not liberate him. And ultimately, Samaha Sahasra Vegaman, 1,000 years have gone. Tato Gajendrasya Manobala Ojasam, his even Dhairya has gone. Kalena Dirgena Mahan Abhudvyaha, his all energy, his confidence, everything sunk. Namam Yime Gnatayaha Auturam Gajaha Kutaha Karinyaha Prabhavanti. All these my security people, supportive people could not save. Where this Karinyaha, my female elephant's going to save him, save me. Mochitam Grahena Pashena from this crocodile. Vidhatuhu Avruto api aham chatam parayanam. And then he, because of the Purva Janma Samskara, he was a Pandiraja, Vishnu Bhakta. Because of a curse, he became this. What curse? Agastya was coming. He was in deep meditation. He behaved as though he didn't see. Agastya cursed, you are swollen headed, you will be born as an elephant. Right? So, but he was a Bhakta. He remembered at the right time and started singing praises of Vishnu. One of the best Advaita poems you can ever see is in Gajendra Moksha. The greatest Advaita things with a beautiful touch of emotion, that is in Gajendra Moksha. I don't know if even one or two are there Telugu people. Telugu Potana Bhagavatam is so beautiful here in this. It sometimes probably, at least for us it appears, it exceeds Sanskrit by this thing. The same sloka is here. Yavvana chejaninchu jagamavvani lopala nundu leenamai yavvani yendudindu moolakaranam bhavudu anadi madhyalayudu evvudu vaanani sarva gatuni I chant this almost every day. But, when the mind is in a different frequency, you can't remember. ఎవ్వని చేజనించు జగమవ్వని లోపల నుండి లీనమై ఎవ్వని ఎందుడెందు మూల కారణం ఎవడు అనాది మధ్యుడెవడు సర్వగతుడెవ్వుడు వానిని ఆత్మమైనుని నే శరణంబు వేడదన్. That Lord from whom this world has come, in whom the world stays, into whom the world goes back, that Lord who is everywhere, who is in me, I surrender to him. Atmamayuni ne saranambu vedadan. Right? The same thing here. Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Yetat Chidatmakam Purushayadi Bijaya Pareshaya Vidiyate Yasmin Nidam Yataschedam Yenedam Yadidam Swayam Yo Asmat Parastam Prapadye Swayam Bhuvam. The same thing what I chanted in Telugu. Right? And then, this is a beautiful thing. He doesn't have a concept of Vishnu and all that. He is only singing to the Advaita God. So he says, Yakkaschana Ishaha Balinaha Antagoragat Prachanda Vegat Abhitavato Brisham Bhitam Prapannam Paripati Yadbhayat Mrutyuhu Pradhavata Aranam Tami Yimahi. The one who can save me from this chasing Kala Sarpa. This Kala Sarpa which is chasing me. The one who can save me from this. To him I surrender. Right? So that's he sings. And when he said, whoever is that God, other gods didn't come. Because he did not give ID. Who should come? Shiva. Nagendra Haraya, he didn't say. Shanmuga, 6 faces, he didn't say. Kaschana Ishaha, he generalized. So only Vishnu said, he's talking about Brahman, I will go. And he came. These all said there in Bhagavatam, beautifully. They didn't come because no linga was given. No ID mark. So Vishnu alone said, okay, he's meaning me, and he comes. Right? And then, how does he come? Vishnu, when he comes by Garuda. What is Garuda? Chando Maya means what? Vedas. Bhagavan rides on Vedas to save you from death. How? Through Sudarshana, through the right vision. Bhagavan, through the Vedas, giving you the right vision, saves you from the crocodile of samsara. That is Gajendra Moksham. And Palasruti for this, whoever reads this, for them, they will remember me in the last minute, because Antakale Chamameva. That is the Palasruti. And what else more here? All shapas in Bhagavatam were blessings. In Bhagavatam, every shapa became a blessing. Otherwise, this Pandya king who became Gajendra, how many more lives he could have taken, probably we do not know. He got emancipation immediately. So all shapas became a blessing in Bhagavata. What is the moral? All our troubles are given by Bhagavan, out of love for us. So do not try to resist them. And one more sloka is there. While he is praying, asking Bhagavan to save me, he says, Bhagavan, stop, don't come. If you are going to save me from this crocodile, this life, don't come. What is the point? You will save me now. All the time we are afraid of death. If you are going to remove that ignorance and save me once and for all from that fear of death, come. You understand? That is the beautiful sloka there. And then Bhagavan comes, and through Sudarshana he saves. And at that time, you want to be saved from ignorance, death, right? So you should invoke God. How does he invoke? He plucks the lotus from the lake itself. Narayana Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Narayana Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Narayana Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Invokes the Guru. Guru alone can save you from this death. Right. And then the next sloka is, next to this thing is Amritamatan. That is meditation. The Devas went and said, Asuras have become very powerful. They are troubling us. And they have Nuta Sanjeevani through Shukracharya. He is saving them, but we are being killed. Then Bhagavan said, okay, you do the Amritamantan. Amritamantan, when you have to do, you make friends with them itself. When you want to meditate, even with your negative thoughts, you make friends. You tell your mind, for 10 minutes, cooperate with me. I will pick you up later. As you leave 2 chapels before you enter the temple, mind and intellect, pick up later. So you should not be troubled by even negative tendencies in meditation. Therefore, he said, you go and make friends with them and agree to all their conditions. Do not oppose them. I don't think I can do that unless you give me 10 minutes, and I will do tomorrow and do Krishna Janma also, right? Tomorrow I had to do 2 Amrita Manthan and then Bali, Vamanavatara, and then Krishna Janma, right? We have to do tomorrow because these 2 Krishna Janma is there. Please all mentally be prepared for, if necessary, half an hour extension, right? If in case you feel half an hour extension, 10 o'clock is too late, advance it. Whatever you all think. My master is Aishwarya. Aishu, what do you think?
Uncle, I'm fine with anything. Uncle, 8 o'clock, if everybody is fine, 8 to 9:30, so that they are all fine.
8 to 9:30. Okay, that's fine. 8 to 9:30 tomorrow. Because I have to do so many, and Krishna Janma also, we given an appointment for the midwife. So it will be 8 to 9:30. Okay.
Tomorrow, I'll just change the timing alone.
Okay, ma. 8 to 9:30.
No, everybody is 7. Yeah, 8 o'clock, I'll just change the timing.
Oh, yeah. Only 8 to 9:30, only tomorrow. Okay?
Okay, Uncle.
Bhajanma, Lalitamma.
Garuda Vahana Narayana, Garuda Vahana Narayana, He Shesha Shayana Narayana, Garuda Vahana Narayana, Shri Lakshmi Ramana Narayana, Shri Lakshmi Ramana Narayana, Hari Om Narayana, Hari Om Narayana, Garuda Vahana Narayana, Garuda Vahana Narayana.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Lalitamma,